All right, this is the Nateman coming at you live from sunny Madison, Wisconsin, and you are watching Guest Host on Wolf Out Television. All right, Nick Jorpel couldn't be here tonight, said something about a family emergency. Sounds like a personal problem to me. Oh man, too much information vis-a-vis the family. But it was meant to be, and I was happy to get the call. Heck, I'm happy to get any call at all. And that is because my ringtone is bad to the bone, and if you want to get my George thoroughly good, then that's the guitar lick you want to pick, because boy, oh boy, is that a joy. Now, what you might not recognize with your eyes might be clear to your ears. That's right, I usually do radio in this space, so you wouldn't usually spot this face. You know, that reminds me, one time a guy told me, and he said this right to me. He said that I have a face for radio. I said thanks, of course, and as he walked away, I realized you don't need to be handsome for radio. And I realized that man was not complimenting me at all. Anyways, that man is dead now. I didn't do it. He was just very, very old and obviously didn't know anything about radio. Now, sitting over there, parked upon his derriere in that sidekick chair, is the second fiddle to whoever's slaying the strings in that first seat. And what a treat. That's me, fresh meat, ripping that catgut with glut of dripping melodies and harmonies, floating above your comparatively dull violin playing. It's Jamie Fiskars.
Well, Johnny Fisher, you know.
Now, well, it looks like this is a classic epithet oopsie. Let me get cutesy while I tell you what's going on. The real deal on why I was lame with your name. Well, I have it written right in front of me, although I didn't bring any reading glasses, which is ultimately a non-issue, as I do not own or need reading glasses, so I guess I'm off the hook. But I guess we already knew that the Nateman is off the hook. All right. One could say I'm as off the hook as the rotary telephone at my aunt's house, when the television repairman would come over weekly to fix the set in the bedroom, and I'd alone sit, listening silently to the beep, beep, beeping of that handset, pleading to at last be returned to her cradle. Just like the rest of us, if you think about it. All right. Anyway, about the name, I like what I said better.
Sure.
So what's going on with you?
Not much, really.
All right. Everybody return your seats to their upright position, because we're on a mission to tear up the tarmac with a round trip of Jefferson Airplane at the top of the hour, followed by a look out, a rock shower, an avalanche of rolling stones, which, as you've known, gather no moss. Then a big block of the boss, but now, hit me with some of that hot goss. Hey, Jiminy, let's start with you.
Okay, well, there's this guy at work. I'm pretty sure he's stealing my lunch, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm the only one that goes in with a brown paper bag.
Oh, that old brown bag. Oh, man. And the thing about a brown bag is that you can't see through that thing at all. Zero visual acuity. You know, that reminds me of a story. I was in my early 20s, wandering downtrodden downtown, down on my luck with a perfect prop procured, a paper bag, brown like the kind you were asking about, but littler, the kind designed to contain within it a glass flask purchased from a liquor store. Now, of course, as you know, I don't drink hard liquor ever since I partied like it was 1999. It wasn't, of course, it was the year 2000. Y2K had faded away, and Prince was cursed nursing that hangover from the end of the previous year, and shot for shot I played that presidential debate drinking game with every ounce of civic duty I could muster. Alas, I drew the word lockbox. So I couldn't have won, because when it was done, there were no rewards for most puke on yourself. All right. Well, that's another tale for somebody else. I'm talking about those poofy rabbit tails, so soft, killing me with cuteness. All right. Anyways, to answer your question, all I drink is schnapps, of course, and the bottles are just too damn big for those silly little bitty sacks. Am I right, or am I right? I am right, actually, because I tore several bags before settling on a bottle of maple syrup. 100% pure, uncut maple syrup we're talking here, right out of the syrup-spilling tree and right into ready and willing me. All right, what's the buzz? That's a sugar buzz, my friend. That'll get your knees popping and your shoulders shrugging and your soul singing. Now, What exactly that bottle of maple syrup was doing at that liquor store, I'll never know. I was pretty hammered on watermelon schnapps, and honestly a bit weirded out by all the people sitting in booths eating pancakes. So it's tough to say. And do you know what else is tough to say? She sells seashells by the seashore. Let's hear it, Josh.
Uh, she sells
That was pathetic, Jimmy.
down by.
Well, I think that's all the hot goss that's fit to print. Let's take a step back and then 2 steps forward. What's all the bustle? Are we doing the shuffle? Ooh, sorry, no dice. Here's solicited advice. All right, Mr. Postman, why don't you tear the top back on that mail sack and let me know how the Nateman can change your life? Not yours, Jenny. I mean the person who wrote the letter, of course.
My husband and I got married this summer. My husband's best friend from college gave us a crumply check for $20 in an envelope as a gift. Not even a card. And now he's coming to stay with us for a week. I'm furious. Hubby says I should get over it. Who's right? Miffed in Minnesota.
So if I'm understanding you correctly, Miffed, this cheapskate's got you chafed, and now he's gonna crash your couch. Plus, he's none the wiser that his miserly ways have made waves for days and mired you in Minnesotan misery. This actually reminds me of a very special wedding, when I married Penelope, a beautiful and shiny porpoise, and Theodore, a large but gentle manatee. I had just started my internship at Ocean Land, Ontario, and it was my job to perform wedding ceremonies between various marine wildlife to entertain our many puzzled guests. It wasn't legally binding, of course, as I was and am not a Canadian citizen, and also was not using my real name. And although I went by Chester Worthington, you could have called me Noah the way I was pairing up these oceanic mammals 2 by 2. Make it rain. God, I'm ready. Take me home, Jesus. All right. Now I'm hip to the tip that there was no need for Noah to match marine animals because I'm pretty sure an orca's no dorka in a rainstorm. Do you know what I'm saying? All right, I hope you do. I mean, somebody's gotta. All right. Anyways, the day was waning at Ocean Land, Ontario, and the sunset ceremony started fashionably late. I'd never seen Theodore smile like that, or like anything at all, actually. Still haven't. But he smelled happy and hungry. Penelope was resplendent, and just as I was about to pronounce them manatee and wife, the best man shot out of the water and tore the bride and groom limb from limb and fin from fin. Apparently great white sharks aren't manatee's best friend, and it sure looked like he did that on purpose. All right. But they were not all right. And neither was I, actually. I was grilled by management, then fired. Same as was with the newlybloods, actually. It was one of the worst weddings I have ever attended. I hope that helps. Okay, Dottie boy, let's have another.
Well, we don't actually have much time.
Should we go on to another segment, or?
Well, I mean, like, for the whole show.
Well, all right. I've been the Nateman, guest host with the most toasty fingers in the biz, and well, we'd like to let it linger. That swan is singing a song so sad, so long. But don't you cry, because after traffic, we're going to turn that frown upside down with a heaping helping of Jackson Brown. This has been the Nateman, coming at you live from the east side of sunny Madison, Wisconsin, and you're listening to the sound of my voice.